Gotcha. Welcome.
Relax, enjoy the ride to New York.
We're going to Newark for the 2023 Racial Justice Summit.
We're here to support for change for everyone, for equity, equality, and inclusion.
This is the summit, the kind of closing event for a pilot project that we started last year called the Racial Justice Learning Community. And it's an attempt to allow students at Rutgers to get academic credit for their passions and their interests related to social and racial justice.
I was looking to get involved in the community and find allies and networks of solidarity as well. I'm looking to get involved in this further.
This is the first student-led event to explore the future of racial justice on all 3 campuses.
Can we just say that we are making Rutgers history today? This is a big historic opportunity for us in a number of different ways.
All of these people are the people who brought to life the dream of what does it mean for a research institute on racial justice to take seriously what students have to teach faculty as much as what faculty may have to teach students, right?
Today, we are celebrating our very first Racial Justice Summit. We are celebrating our Inaugural Fellows, as well as having a panel on education, not incarceration.
What I wanted to do to just kind of put everything into perspective is to help us get a better understanding of why we're saying education, not incarceration, and to kind of show the correlation between incarceration and education.
Under-resourced neighborhoods that are targeted over the police, where the bulk of individuals who are incarcerated or detained come from. This is not by accident. This is all by design. Those neighborhoods are being used as farming grounds to warehouse the black body for the purpose of commodification, the purpose of keeping jobs.
The solidarity that you find in this space, working amongst individuals from various different backgrounds and things like that, but that share a similar plight in the fact that they were othered at one time, they were oppressed at one time, they weren't included at one time.
The same processes that you've all been describing in terms of the school to prison pipeline, that's a reality around the world.
I'm just really moved by the work of educators, the people that were on the panel, the people working for NJ STEP, the faculty who are dedicating so much time and commitment to traveling to the prisons, to making sure that the barriers are removed for them to gain access to what they deserve.
For a while now, when thinking about race, what I've really been thinking about is the wide gulf between words and action. I know that we are capable of bending toward a better future than the unacceptable present in which we are living.
When you get into these dynamics of groups where people have to suddenly stop because somebody said something that we have to kind of grapple with, some really deep experiential learning happens.
We were talking about, oh, what if we put together some kind of showcase to, show the world what this first cohort of Racial Justice Fellows looks like. And now we're here and everything's happening. And it has been the best thing, I think, to ever happen to me at Rutgers.
As a young person myself, if we leave everything to those that are older than us, then our future is going to be shaped by people who don't have to live it. The students are the ones that are going to be experiencing the ramifications of decisions that are being made now. So to have their thoughts be showcased and being given a platform, to me, feels like really important.
What drew me to this opportunity, this racial fellowship, was that I understood what this would mean to me as an undocumented student. I knew that it could give me an opportunity to create something that was necessary and needed, and not something that I didn't see it too prevalent in this institution.
I feel that if racial justice is going to happen at Rutgers University, this cohort is going to truly be on the front lines of making it happen.
I do want to say that having setbacks in the process is a testament to the actual work that you're doing. Mm-hmm. You are going to have setbacks, you are going to have obstacles. It's about being creative with the no's that you receive.
Being part of RAJU reminds you that you can, change is usually very elaborative and big, and we talk about protests and all these things, which are very important, but I think then it makes us neglect the ways we're showing up in our normal, smaller, daily lives is either enhancing our liberation or hindering it.
Starting this up from scratch, you have to design everything, you have to come up with everything. Every single decision has to be made. There's no guide for this.
We have to be very clear. The campus inequality, unevenness of resources at Rutgers University is a racial justice issue.
I didn't have any expectations. I just knew that this was going to be something that was going to uplift our students, the community, and overall the world.
My background and my work has always been in racial justice, both in my dissertation and in my activism in the Global South, in the Caribbean and South America. And to be part of a cohort of a program that is looking to create more racial justice in a country and in a region of this country that it's so affected by it, it's just like a dream job that I'm doing next to my dissertation that also touches on this subject. So it's just, I feel very fortunate, I'm very blessed.
Rutgers Newark was my only Rutgers for a very long time. I mean, that was my introduction to Rutgers, that was the only campus I knew. And hearing the experiences from the other campuses, it was just like eye-opening and realizing we have issues at Rutgers Newark. We have different issues than they have at Camden in New Brunswick. And they don't know the issues we have, and we don't know the issues they have because we're not talking to each other. And so that conversation, it changed the way I look at issues at Rutgers, because I'm like, okay, this is what's happening here, but how is it impacting everyone else too?
I was exposed to a lot of brilliant people from varied cultural backgrounds, and then we're talking about varied academic backgrounds, and then they come from different Rutgers campuses, and we're also talking about people from different age groups, which in my academic experience, I usually only see an age difference with my professor, not with my peers. So this was just a beautiful melting pot of so many different passions, so many different ideas. So this is why we have this initiative. This is why this is extraordinary, and why this is creating history at Rutgers. And I can't even imagine the legacy that this will leave behind.